Hi, and welcome back to Steve's Heritage Kitchen. Today we're going to be making an Italian sub. Last couple of videos I've done, one how to cut up a pork butt, and we ended up with a couple of capicola mussels, and I turned them into capicola, and I did a little video on that. So I figured we ought to follow it all the way through to the sandwich. Hi, how are you? I'm fine, but I'm just a little confused. So, okay. Hi, and welcome back to the... It's going to be a bad day. Hi, and welcome back to Steve's Heritage Kitchen. Hi, and welcome to Steve's Heritage Kitchen. We spent the last couple of videos doing cutting up pork butt. I ended up with a couple of coppa mussels that I turned into capicola. So I thought I'd just follow that through and end up making a sandwich. So we're going to go through basically making the dressings and stuff for an Italian sandwich. We're going to end up with an Italian sandwich at the end of it. So, so we're going to start out making the dressing. So the dressing, we're going to just make it here, calls for some crushed red pepper flakes, actually a half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes that I ground in a spice grinder, so, or you could use a mortar and pestle to make it fine. So that goes in. And then a pinch of oregano, and we'll put that right in there. That's about a pinch, I'm thinking. A teaspoon of finely minced garlic, which we will do right now. Okay, so we have the half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes that that I ground up fine, a pinch of oregano, and then we're going to put in a teaspoon of finely minced garlic. So we're going to do that. I want it pretty finely minced because it's going to be a dressing, so we want it to be dispersed in throughout. So small would be good. So we're going to just do this. So we get it nice and small. So that's pretty good right there. So we're going to put this right in our bowl. And I think that's about right. So the next ingredient is a half a teaspoon of salt. Kosher salt. So we've got half a teaspoon of salt going in. Okay. And then it calls for 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. So we're going to put that in right here. And so that's basically dressing except for the oil. So we're going to give that a whisk here. And then I'm going to whisk in the oil like you would, just to give it a little bit of emulsification, so it kind of stays suspended. And so to do that, you have to remember which hand is yours. We're going to just like whisk and drizzle at the same time. So we're going to just whisk it that's a little too much. And so you want to just drizzle it very lightly and keep whisking as you're going along. And this helps emulsify the dressing so that it kind of stays in suspension while you can also shake it up as you're going along. So that also works. So we're going to just do this. And okay. Alright, I don't know if you can see this or not, but the oil kind of stays in there. It will separate, but for a little while we have the dressing like we'd want it. Okay, so that's good. We can put this off to the side. A little bit. And the next thing we're going to make is an aioli. But quite frankly, I'm going to show you how to cheat. So here I have some mayonnaise, and everyone should really, it's fun, and it's a really good, once you do it a couple of times, it's not that hard to do. But making aioli or making mayonnaise is really not that hard to do. It's all about the emulsification of the eggs. But if you're in a pinch and you'd like to get some sandwiches going and you don't have the time or want to take the time, you can cheat like I'm going to show you right now. So what you need is you need mayonnaise, because basically aioli is a mayonnaise, which is emulsified. So egg yolks, oil, vinegar, and usually lemon juice, little lemon juice. But aioli is about the same, is almost the same thing, except it has garlic, a decent amount of garlic. So we're going to chop up part of a clove of garlic, which I've degermed, taking the little green part out of the middle. And so we're going to chop this really fine again. And I just kind of guess at this. Aioli is pretty garlicky, so you need a decent amount of garlic in your aioli, so we're going to just kind of eyeball it. Okay, so once you have that, sometimes you can turn the whole thing and just keep on chopping. So you get a nice fine chop on it. Some pieces will make it through, and you just have to keep going back and chopping it until it looks to you, you know, like a piece of garlic you wouldn't mind running into with your tongue and mouth in your aioli. So I think that's about right. So we're going to take this, I'm going to put it in the mayonnaise, and then we're going to take some fresh squeezed lemon juice. We're going to dribble that in too. And then we're going to stir. So this makes a really bright garlicky dressing. And will go really good with our sandwich. Okay, so then we're going to put a little bit of salt in, just a little bit of salt. I'm going to taste it. It's very good. Okay, so I think that's gonna work for that. So now we have our dressing and our aioli right here for the sandwich, and then we have pepperoncini sliced and some sliced onion. And so now we need a bun, and we need to assemble the sandwich, and I'm going to show you some recipes call for putting the bun in the oven and warming it, which is a great thing to do. I kind of like toasting it. So I'm going to bring you over to the stove, and I'm going to show you how I do that. Okay, here we are at the stove. We got ourselves a bun right here and a hot skillet, and we're going to toast the bun. These are split already on the end. And what you want to do is you want to be able to toast the inside of it. But if you just open this up, you'll rip it in two. I'd rather have it attached so that I can fold it back. So the way I figured to do that, you take a little bit of butter, go along the back of the bun, like that. And then you take the bun and you put it in the skillet. And the skillet is on. And it's been on for a little bit, kind of turn the fire down a bit. And what you're aiming to do here is to heat up the seam of the bun so that the bread gets really soft, and we can open it up without breaking the bun completely in half. Let's see, can you see that? I think you can see that. Yeah, so we're going to wait for it to toast up a bit on the edge. It's doing just fine. Okay, so I'm going to open this up. I think we can do it. And then we're going to put a little bit of butter on the inside here. On both halves. Just a little light coating. I'm going to put this down here. And you see this hasn't broken completely in half, which is what we want. You could go, if you're making a bunch of these, you could just put them in the oven. But I hate to heat up the whole oven for one bun. So I'm going to, it kind of softens the bread, and the meat is good. So we want to bring it up to room temperature, a little bit warm. It is good. The flavor is better. So let's see what we got here. So that's a nice toasted bun right there. Now we're going to take this over and we're going to make ourselves a sandwich. Okay, so now we're going to assemble the sandwich, and one thing I forgot is some lettuce. And so I've got some washed lettuce here, and I'm going to shave it so it'll stay on the sandwich. I'll show you. So we're going to just okay, so we got our lettuce. So we start out with our bread and our aioli. And we're going to just make a nice smear of aioli. I'm going to put it on both sides. It's good stuff. It really adds to the sandwich. Alright, now we need, this is the meat. This is the capicola that we made. This is cotto salami that I found at a local Italian market in St. Louis. So I'm gonna make this at some point. When I do, I'll make a video of it. But for right now, we're gonna take our homemade capicola and we're gonna layer it on our sandwich. Alright, that's good. And then our cotto salami, put that on there. Okay, now we're going to put on our shredded lettuce here. So we got our aioli on. We're going to put our onions. And then our peperoncinis. a bit much. Put some pepper on this, get that nice spicy flavor in here. And then we're going to put on our dressing. And so this is very important to get this emulsified again. So what I'm going to do is actually have some of this dressing in a squeeze bottle. So I'm going to just put this on. All right, and now, if you can get this closed. What you have here is a very nice Italian sandwich that you made with your own capicola. So, I hope you followed that. I hope it was enjoyable. I'm going to back you up so you can see better. Well, anyway, that is our Italian sandwich, and I suppose I ought to at least take a bite of it to see how it is. And I've already done this, so I know it's going to be really good. A little messy, a little dripping, but worth every bite. Mm. It's a very nice sandwich. You made the capicola yourself. I just enjoy it. I enjoy making the stuff. I enjoy eating the stuff. I hope this was enjoyable, and I hope you'll tune back in for another episode. This is Steve's Heritage Kitchen, and thank you very much for joining me.